here in Antalya, where we're getting set for the fourth and final team match here this morning. Of course, we'll have mixed teams this afternoon, but it's time for the men's gold medal match. Now, going back to stage one a month ago, Team USA, which had won 3 of 4 team gold medals last year, faced Italy in Shanghai, the country that, of course, beat the Americans out for the gold medal in London. But in China last month, it was a different story. 236-228, the USA winning as Braden Gelentine shot nothing but 10s. Today, USA, seeded number 1, will face the second-seeded team from Denmark, led by Martin Damsbo. He'll team up with Stefan Hansen, who is on the left, and Patrick Larsen, who is on the right. Larsen, one of the big surprises this week here in Antalya. We'll see him in the men's gold medal match later on this afternoon. Great story about that young man. But Damsbo, Hansen, and Larsen shooting for the team from Denmark against the number 1 seed, USA, led out by Rio Wild, followed by Roger Willett Jr. and Braden Gelentine. So a strong, strong lineup for Team USA, which beat Iraq, India, and France to get here. Of course, they also won the gold medal last month in Shanghai, as I just mentioned. On your left, Braden Gelentine. On your right, doffing his cap, is Rio Wild. And in the middle is Roger Willett Jr. So Braden, Roger, and Rio shooting today for Team USA. By the way, the world record posted by the American team at the World Championships in Torino back in 2011, 239 points. So Wild, Willett, and Gelentine on deck for the Americans, taking on Damsbo, Hansen, and Larsen. The Danes defeated Saudi Arabia 237-204, then knocked off the Aussies by 3 points before defeating Italy by 7, 234-227. So we're just about set to go, and this could be anybody's match, Andrea.
Yeah, it's a rematch of the gold medal match last year, where the Danes almost overcame the team from USA.
So here is Patrick Larsen, who about a week ago wasn't planning on spending this week in Antalya. He was an alternate, but got tabbed at the last moment for stage 2 in Turkey, and he has made it pay off. And he starts off with a strong shot just outside the 10 ring.
He's going to walk away with 2 medals from this week, which isn't bad work.
I asked him, what would you be doing if you were not here? And he said, I'd be underneath the car working on it. I'm a mechanic. I was planning to go to work. A 9 by Stefan Hansen, who will turn 18 in just 4 days. Here's Martin Damsbo. And Martin with another one almost on that line. What do you think, Andrea?
That one's closer than the other 2. The spotters have called it a 9, but I might have a look at it.
So Rio Wild for his first shot of the day. Rio, by the way, will join us this afternoon for the individual matches. You and I were talking, we can't really remember when Rio Wild has not been in an individual match at one of these major events. It's been a long time.
It has, and it took his teammate Braden to actually take him out. So he wasn't happy. So he'll come back stronger.
Obviously, Rio Wild, Roger Willett, motivated. They got the gold medal in Shanghai, trying to make it back-to-back gold medals on the World Cup circuit. And they start off strong, picking up 29 out of possible 30 points for those first 3 shots. Now, back to Patrick Larsen, who defeated his teammate Martin Damsbo to get into the gold medal match this afternoon. Here they're teamed up, and there you see why I should say Patrick Larsen is in that gold medal match.
Yeah, in his semi-final, he shot a perfect 150.
Nice. 10 points.
Good grouping, I would say.
Very good.
Stefan Hansen, who's in his first year in the big leagues, so to speak, of World Cup archery. And Damsbo with an 8, surprising 8.
You can't shoot 8s against a team from the US.
One would not think. Rio Wild, who came to Turkey ranked #1 in the world, will likely fall out of that top spot no matter what happens in this match here today, as Braden Gelantine will be in this match and also will be in the bronze medal match later on today. Braden coming in ranked 2nd in the world. And here's Roger Willett Jr. on the line, but that's a 10.
Roger is probably the best, one of the best shooters in the wind that I know.
Shoots pretty well underwater, too.
Yeah, I went down the beach with him earlier in the week, and he had his spear gun out.
He had his spear gun out.
Yeah.
He was doing a little fishing, wasn't he?
He was doing a little fishing.
From what I understand, he came home with a catch, too. So great shooting by the Americans here in this first end of the gold medal match against Denmark. 58 points posted by Team USA. Trying to make it back-to-back gold medal performances. Won the gold medal in Shanghai about a month or so ago. Trying to get back into the winner's circle here in Antalya as the Danes look down the field of play at the targets and consider their plight at this moment, trailing by 3. And again, we talked about this at the start of the show. You don't want to fall behind early, not in team competition in compound.
No, and definitely not against this USA team. They're pretty relentless.
58-55, 3-point lead for the Americans. And the Danes trying to break a losing streak against the Americans. Getting off to a little bit of a slow start as you take a look at some of the equipment being used here on the Archery World Cup Tour.
I believe these are new targets that they're trialing with lasers. So scoring's a little quicker.
Almost immediate.
Here we go. Second end of team competition, 18 arrows to go. Denmark on the line.
You see Stefan Hansen on the left there. Young man who will turn 18 in just 4 days. 17 years old and on the world stage.
Makes me feel old.
Patrick Larson. Another 10 for Patrick Larson. Now the 17-year-old Stefan Hansen.
Nice, 10 points.
Another great shot. Now Martin Damsbo, who shot an 8 to finish off the first end.
10.
Redeems himself with that 10.
He certainly does.
So much of it is a mental game, a head game, isn't it, Andrea?
I'd say nearly 90% of this sport is head.
Easier said than done, though.
Oh, it is.
9. Wind gusts definitely.
There's Rio Wild,
Fishtailing all the way.
who had a remarkable year. 2012, went to 3 stages, competed in 8 events and won gold in 7 of them, 3 of them here in Turkey. Trying to pick up a gold medal here. So is Roger Willett Jr., who had a fantastic year in 2011, dominated in 2011, in fact went on to win the World Cup finals in Istanbul.
Yep. And here's the reigning champion from Tokyo, Braden.
Braden Gelantine, who did indeed win in Tokyo last fall as he defeated Rio Wild in the rain.
Denmark just exerting a little pressure. Managed to pull it back to just a point now. But they're behind.
And they keep the pressure on. Patrick Larson with the 4th bullseye here of the second end for the team from Denmark.
8.
But the youngster falters just a little bit with the 8.
Stærkt skud, Armstrong.
Which means Damsbo needs to come through with a bullseye himself.
9.
A 9.
USA.
So 57 points right there.
Masser af tid derude på linjen, drenge. Begge gange haft 25.
So the Americans, who saw their 3-point lead cut down to just 1, have the opportunity right here as you get a good look at Rio Wild from Pocatello, Idaho.
And he's moving around a lot, and it takes a lot to move Rio's bow around. He has got so much weight on it.
You and I were talking earlier in the day, Rio not happy about not making it to the medal matches this afternoon. So when everybody else yesterday was going shopping or going to the beach, swimming a little bit, Rio was going back to the practice field, and that's what the great ones do.
Yeah, he was playing around with his setup yesterday afternoon, quite relaxed, and just working on a few things.
Shooting well here in this gold medal match as Braden Gelentine eyes it and shoots an 8. Surprising score for Braden Gelentine. And Braden not happy at all about that score.
Definitely not, because now there's just a point in it. USA 1-point lead, 113-112.
112 out of a possible score of 120 for the Danes.
It's going to be Denmark shooting first at the halfway mark.
And Denmark will be shooting first when we begin the third end, but the Americans with 113 points right now, so that second end sees them give back 2 points. Still leading it, but now just 113-112. And breathing life into the hopes of the Danish team. There you see those scores. Each team shooting an 8 in that second end.
And I wouldn't expect these guys to be shooting 8s. You know, they're
not what they expect, and quite frankly in compound, if you shoot 8s, you generally don't win.
certainly not. And I think the wind has picked up from when we first came on air this morning.
There you can see the flags lining the beach here, Konialti Beach. Grandstand packed for this morning's team competition. We'll have mixed team and the individual matches, bronze and gold, coming up this afternoon. And we hope you can join us for the live stream of all that action. As Patrick Larsen leads off for Denmark, trailing by only 1. Halfway through this match. And Larsen has been very strong so far and remains strong. It should help Larsen in his match in the gold medal match this afternoon. And how about Stefan Hansen, 18 in 4 days. Had that one shaky shot, but comes back strong.
Yeah, and it could have been he just got caught at the wrong moment. We saw Braden, one of the most experienced archers in the world, just shoot an 8. So
Damsbo holding for quite a while, but he made the right decision. And so the pressure shifts to the Americans as Denmark comes out firing 10s. Rio a little bit low in the 9 ring.
USA needs 10s to draw Denmark now.
So right now, Team USA needs a pair of bullseyes to remain tied with the Danes. And that will not happen.
Same place.
No.
Same place.
So it appears as though Denmark will take the lead away from the Americans midway through this third end. The plot doth thicken, Andrea.
it does. And this is exactly how it was last year.
That is...
Yes, tiden er i gang.
You make the call.
I'm saying out.
maybe a millimeter.
You would appear so, and so all of a sudden that 3-point lead is gone, and the Danes lead by 2, 142 to 140. 3 arrows to go. And that one's inside the 10 ring. Patrick Larson stays hot. Ken Hansen. There's your answer.
Fin tid, Damsbo. 28 sekunder.
It's quite nice to have 2 teammates in Patrick Larson and Martin Damsbo either side of you.
So Damsbo trying to make it 6 bullseyes here in the 3rd end. There you go.
Fantastic shooting by the Danish team.
10s across the board, fist bumps, high fives. And the Americans in a spot of trouble right now.
Best they can hope for is to be 2 down.
Good start by Rio Wild as he tries to keep his team in contention. Now we go to Roger Willett, Jr., ranked number 1 in 2011, now ranked 5th in the world. Out of Virginia. And another 10.
Nice shot. There you go, Braden.
So here's Braden Gelentine, who certainly came through in the clutch in the mixed team gold medal match in Shanghai. When he needed a 10, he got a 10. This time he comes up with a 9. And so the lead grows to 3 for Denmark as we head down the home stretch here in Antalya.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether the USA can actually touch that lead. 3 points is a big lead going into the final end.
Well, it all changed midway through this 3rd end. The Americans led by 3 after the 1st end, led by 1 midway through the match, and then midway through the 3rd end, Denmark forged ahead, went up by 2, and now lead by 3, 172 to 169. So not just a hill, but maybe a mountain to climb for the Americans right now. And Denmark just 6 shots away from winning the gold medal.
And I think they were in a similar position last year and handed the gold medal.
Faltered just a little bit.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting, especially with the young guy Stefan, to see how his nerves hold up. All he's got to do is shoot 2 strong shots.
So far, so good. He's only had 1 shaky shot so far today in the first 3 ends, as you saw the crowd on the edge of their seats here in Antalya. Compound competition.
You guys got this.
Rio Wild focused, dialed in, fully aware of the situation facing the American team. The Americans picking up the gold medal in Shanghai at stage 1, defeating Italy 236 to 228. But now in danger of losing the gold medal in Antalya. Rio a little bit high in the 9 ring.
10 o'clock.
And I think it goes, well, if I say it goes without saying, I probably shouldn't say it at all, but the Americans really do need to shoot 10s from here on out.
Yeah, they do.
9 just out of 10.
And another 9.
And this is going to be Denmark's to lose right now.
Braden Gelentine, who picked up 3 gold medals in Shanghai, may have to settle for silver here in this match.
USA with 3 shots to go. Denmark with a full quiver of 6.
This was his only chance to pick up a gold medal here today in Antalya. This afternoon he'll be in the bronze medal individual match. But this man will be in the gold medal match. Patrick Larson. Another 10.
And that's why he's in the gold medal match this week.
17-year-old Stefan Hansen with a solid 9. And Martin Damsbo, who won a team silver medal here at stage 2 last year, not going for the gold. And Damsbo with a 9. So 3 9s, they'll give back a point. Or excuse me, they actually pick up a point. The lead goes to 4 now. So it's a 4-point lead for Denmark. 3 more arrows to be shot. X marks the spot.
You can't get any closer to the middle on that one.
Rio's final shot of the day could not have been better. Roger Willett will end up with a 9. And Braden Gelantine with the last shot for Team USA. And Braden on the line, that's a 10. They'll count it as a bullseye. So 225 points.
They need a 26 end, which
one would think, yes. And the way Larson's been shooting, you expect nothing less than that.
Definitely not.
Almost in the bag for the Danes. And the 17-year-old Stefan Hansen is just moments away, possibly, from winning a gold medal. How about that for 17? How about that for his final shot? That'll work.
That'll work, definitely.
No doubt.
Good look at the Taurus Mountains in the background. Rising up from the Mediterranean Sea, and rising up is Martin Damsbo, who finishes off with a 10, a bullseye, and the Danes have done it. They are the Great Danes. They come back from a 3-point deficit and defeat the USA in the gold medal match, and Denmark is good as gold here in Antalya. Big hugs, handshakes.
And a big upset.
And a big upset, that's right. What a week it has been for the team from Denmark. A convincing win over Saudi Arabia, an easy win, really. Then a close win over the Aussies. Then a 7-point victory over Italy. And now, here in this gold medal match, they defeat the United States by 4 points, 229 to 225. And Patrick Larson may be on his way to 2 gold medals here in Antalya today. We'll have to wait and see.
We will have to wait and see. I would say he's the favourite for this afternoon's gold medal match.
Based on what we've seen just now.
Based on what we've seen and also his experience, I would say.
And that does have to be an advantage, to shoot in the morning, get out there, maybe get the butterflies out, get a feel for the course and the wind and the conditions and all of those things. George Dollinger from Austria, whom he'll face this afternoon, it'll be his first time out.